So let's have a chat about scams. Firstly, I want to say, look, I've been scammed as well. So I don't want anyone to feel like you're an idiot if you get scammed. Because what's actually happening from a psychological perspective is that I feel like the times we get scammed are when we're in crisis or desperate or in a state of fear. And what's happening is we're going through a bunch of really intense emotions and we're just looking for something to make us feel better. So these people prey on desperation. And I've been in this situation, so I'm speaking from experience. It happens to the best of us. So let's start with teachers. Now, as someone that's been obsessed with magic, psychic development, spirituality from a ripe young age of 11, I've forever been looking for amazing teachers to help me grow and expand my understanding of spirituality. And here's what I've learned about teachers that are good and teachers that are scammy. And sometimes they're disguised as well. Like they convince us of something and then when we buy it or participate in it, it's actually not that. So here's a few phrases that I've learned to look out for. Feel free to share yours. The first thing that it just activates me so intensely is when people go, I'm enlightened now, or I'm a conscious being, or ever since my spiritual awakening, I'm now connected to spirit and I've received the keys of the universe and I've suffered for you. I've heard someone actually say this, I suffered for you and now I'm going to share with you the wisdom and knowledge of my method. Anytime a teacher goes into, I'm the special one, I'm the most spiritual, or I've heard someone say this too, I am the true path to God, this like run away. It doesn't matter how perfect they look or how beautiful they are, or like when they wave their hands and they're doing all the like clickings of the tongues and all that crap. Don't buy into that fantasy. What's actually happening from a psychological perspective is that they cannot face what's going on in here. So they project it out as I'm actually this special, healed, amazing person and I can heal you. But it's feeding a very big need of that they feel very powerless and they want power. So they're trying to get away from that feeling. So they create this persona that they convince you of so that it can feed their fantasy that they're actually this special magical being. And they're not. They probably just need a lot of hugs and some therapy to look at what's going on in here. So don't buy into it. And the problem with this is when we're in crisis, we're like, oh my God, they got everything together. I want that. Give me whatever they have. Because being in their fantasy is so much better than being in here. And that's how we kind of get sucked into that stuff. Another thing that I've noticed is if they use a lot of buzzwords, like, if they say, like they go, I'm connected to the frequency of the fifth density and I am a starseed that's located within the Palladian legacy and they speak to me and I'm going to give you my keys. God, I hope you're enjoying this because this is like my humor's starting to feel safe to express itself, so I'm sure it's entertaining. When people do that, just know they're not grounded in this reality. They're actually dissociated and they're in that fantasy persona. It's if you cannot take what they're saying and understand it clearly and simply, no. If you can't ground it into your everyday experience in a practical way, it's a scam. They have convinced themselves so much that they're actually doing this and they're not. Here's the other thing that pisses me off is when people say, I can heal your trauma. This is actually really dangerous. It's such a dangerous thing to say because they're not professionals. They haven't studied it. They're probably claiming that they've done it to themselves. And it's a really dangerous territory to go into because these people that are claiming to heal trauma, and if they're not like a professional therapist, psychologist, whatever, they can actually put people in states of psychosis, complex PTSD. Like there's a lot of things that can happen that they're not taking responsibility for because they want to feel special. That's what it is. I'm healing you, so I'm the special one, but I can't actually acknowledge what's happening in here. So be really careful with that. Now, it's not to say modalities that people offer can't facilitate healing, but no one can actually heal your trauma for you. Like you're the only one that can feel and process the experience that's personalized to you. No one can take it out of the energy field. I'll just remove that entity and now you're all good. That isn't actually how it works, and it doesn't work like that with entities or curses or anything either. That's a whole other video though, maybe I'll talk about, let me know. You can only take responsibility for it. People can hold space for it though. So if people holding space for it usually feel witnessed, heard, and seen. But when you're going deep down into the depths of the things that you have experienced, it's really good to have a professional that knows how to hold you in that space. And I'm sure some people are going to disagree with me, and that's fine. You are totally welcome to share and have your own opinion on this. This is just my personal experience being in the industry, and a lot of people that work with me professionally actually work with a therapist at the same time, because as a psychic, I can point at stuff, but I can't help you process the experience because that's not what I specialize in. So that's another thing to look at when I can heal it, I can take it away. It's really easy to want to bypass and go, yes, please take everything away so I'm better again. Okay, so let's move into TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I'm a millennial. I'm probably too old for TikTok. I looked at it and it just made me feel insane. Some of the stuff on TikTok bleeds into Instagram and Facebook, and what I find hilarious is when people are like doing cards and they're like, oh, if this card finds you, it means it's meant for you today, and then book in with a reading for me later. Like, no, it's a scam. When you're with really good psychics or magical practitioners, they are tuned into your personal experience. They are present with you, and it's pretty impossible to do that like to millions of people. There are people that are reading cards and talking about what to expect with astrology, so I'm not dissing on them. It's just people trying to scam you by drawing you in with tarot and all that type of stuff. So just watch out, because a lot of them are scams. They just want your money or your validation. So just be careful. Yeah, just look out for that stuff. And the kind of extension from that is what I notice. If you're commenting on those videos, you will then get messaged, and then they will say something like, your ancestor has a message for you. Here's my PayPal link, book in. Or they'll even cold message you like, oh my God, you came across my feed and spirit just said I had to message you. And that's actually happened to me. And I made a whole video about it because I got really triggered because this person was claiming that I'm special and I saw that you were on the wrong path, and that they were trying to suck me in to their crap. And validate them. And I get that quite a lot. And I know if you're a personality online in the spiritual community, a lot of people constantly try to get your validation. So just watch out for that. If anyone's cold messaging you, they're full of shit. They're needing a fix. It's their addiction that they're wanting you to validate or give them money or tell them that they're special. That's what's happening underneath that. If you're trying to find like a magical teacher or a psychic or a spiritualist to work with, to grow, look at their reputation to start with. Talk to students that have worked with them to get some feedback and an understanding if they're the right person for you. Look at their reviews, because reviews are really handy, and make sure the reviews are real too. There's a few ways you can check that reviews are real. You can just Google how to know if a review is real or fake as well, because sometimes people just buy reviews. You need to just get your little detective hat on and slow the process down. The way that we get scammed is we get caught up in our desperation, or like we're in crisis and we're like, I just need someone to help me fix this. I want to get out of this state. And these are when these types of people get you, because you're wanting to get out of the state as quickly as possible. So your intuition turns off. So if you're finding yourself in that state, slow down, breathe into the body. When in doubt, I remember someone telling me this, make the decision and then sleep on it and then see how you feel in 24 hours, because it allows you to regulate, it allows the information to digest. If they're right for you, it'll feel like you'll still feel drawn to them, because if you're in crisis, you're wanting to fix the pain straight away. So that's a little trick that you can keep in mind. But look at people's reputations, look at how they're communicating. Are they grounded when they're sharing information with you? Are they tuned into your needs? Are they answering your questions in a professional way? Are they desperate? That's the other thing. Are they desperate to get you on board? Because what I've noticed with teachers who are successful, who are grounded, they want to work with people who want them. They're not desperate to get you on board at any capacity whatsoever, because they understand the value of their time and like the space they need to hold as a practitioner for the person. They want them to also be grounded and be leaning in and ready to receive. And if either of these people are in a state of crisis or desperation, it's not going to work out. So are they grounded? How do they communicate? What is their general reputation? What are other people saying about them? What do you feel and notice in your body as you're interacting with them? And are you in a grounded, clear state when you're making a decision? So these are really good ways to look at and find out if someone's a really good practitioner to work with. Some of the magical teachers that I love in the community, Ivy the occultist, although she's not a teacher, she has a platform that you can pay for through YouTube, and she has a wealth of knowledge and information. She's an incredible person. Foolish Fish, his reputation is consistent. He shows up week after week after week with his amazing reviews, courses. The information that he offers is grounded in reality. You can apply it into your everyday life. You know, I've mentioned Damien Eccles and Jason from Magick Me, Jareth Tempest. He creates magical attunements that are so popular and have helped so many people. He's a fantastic magician. There's some really incredible spiritual, magical, and psychic teachers out there. Get reviews, slow down, feel into your body, use your intuition, and never make a decision from desperation or fear. And that way you're more likely to choose someone that's going to benefit you rather than get scammed.